Welcome to Season 2, Episode 2 of Chatting with Chargers. I'm your host and producer, Thomas Maynard, here with the co-host, who hasn't been on yet for this season. Introduce yourself.
I'm Mariyaan, Narang, host of Chatting with Chargers, here for the second episode of the season.
For today's episode, we were going into the involvement fair. We're talking about the involvement fair.
Thank you for joining us on Chatting with Chargers. What is your club all about?
So my club is known as the Brothers of New Haven. Basically, we are a social service-based RSO who are trying to support not just the Charger community along with the wider New Haven area because, we're known as the Brothers of New Haven.
That's good. And what do you do to contribute in the area?
So that's something that we're currently trying to work on. But how we have contributed is we've had an event called Letters to the Youth. It was essentially to a nonprofit organization that helps support children with eating disorders, and we essentially wrote letters to children that are affected by eating disorders. And it wasn't until recently where we received an email from one of these people that received our letters. They told us how they were I don't want to get into their business, but they basically told us how receiving the letters really made them feel valued and it changed their perspective about things. And even though it wasn't directly towards them, it was the fact that people took the time to make this for them that made them feel great. And that's the type of service that I want to continue to give to not just the New Haven area, but even on campus, providing this opportunity for people to give back to the wider community.
Well, that's amazing. I'm glad you're extending your reach to help those in need, the youth with eating disorders, and I'm glad to see that your time helped someone, and I hope that you continue to help and encourage people who are in need of someone to look out for.
Yeah, of course.
And on to that, why should a student join your club?
So the reason why somebody should join our club is simple. We are trying to create a community for people to, obviously be themselves and have, a safeguard to fall back on. And our biggest thing is being able to support each other. Most people, when they hear the term Brothers New Haven, they might assume fraternity. They might think this is an all boys club. But to be frank, if you're in need of a community, if you need people to talk to, hang out with, people to just talk about any of your interests or get support from, we're here for you. And that's the biggest thing that we want to be for people that come to our club. So, if you need somebody to study with, you need somebody to talk about video games, movies, anime, all of our members, we're all diverse, come from different backgrounds, and, have different interests. So, you're not going to, it's not going to be hard to find that place within our club,
So the Brothers of New Haven is for everyone, for the people.
100%.
So wherever you may be, if you just need time to talk or just need people to hang out with, or you need a community to be a part of, the Brothers of New Haven got you.
100%. You said it better than me.
And what kind of events or activities do you do throughout the semester?
So we're actually changing how we're doing events throughout the semester. So this time around, we're planning on doing a structure of one weekly event and then another service event. So, a weekly event will be something simple, like say, for example, we might talk about for Black History Month, we might talk about how, music has really helped the civil rights movements, how the Black church has helped the civil rights movements of that nature. And then we might do a service-based event, obviously it's still being fine-tuned, but that's basically how we're trying to do it. We're trying to change our structure of how we do our meetings.
Okay, so it's more of a meeting to gather and learn about history and how we're evolving and growing better than we were yesterday.
And it's an opportunity to just hang out. Not all events are going to be very rigid and tough. Sometimes we might just play games. We have a game night, or our big event, our level 2 event, which is known as Bonfire. Where we all came outside and we made s'mores, played music, and had a great time. So we're very flexible. We're not going to be very rigid in how we try to structure ourselves.
Yeah, this is a good club. This is the place for, if you need a community, you come to the Brothers in New Haven. And how can someone get involved or join today?
That's simple. The best way to get involved would be come to Maxi 226 at 8 p.m. and obviously follow the New Haven _ Bond page. And just look out for flyers. We're always posting. We meet on Mondays, and we'll love to see more faces.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us on Chatting with Chargers. It was a pleasure interviewing you.
Thank you for joining us on Chatting with Chargers. This is our buddy, Rob Dillman. He's going to be a guest host one of these days.
Yes,
we have
sir.
we have a topic just for him. Just for him.
All right.
Anyways, what kind of clubs are you most interested in joining this semester? And how do they differ from the ones you were in last semester?
So last semester, I was in book club, definitely sports industry. Sports industry was a little tougher because they only met Wednesday evenings, which is my bowling night. So I couldn't attend any of the meetings. And I really wanted to, because when I talked to the guy, they're like, we just talk about sports, right? Like the current state of like the 4 core sports, which is like what I love to do. I love to talk about sports. I mean, if they ever end up like changing like the meet time, I definitely try my best to get out there, and I would love to.
Right.
But definitely when I go in there, I'll check out, see what else they have. But I was in book club and sports industry, and I think it was fun.
Are there any clubs that you hope to see here tonight that you didn't get a chance to look at last time?
Definitely centered around sports, maybe more. I don't know, maybe like a history or something, I don't know. But I'll go in and see what there is. I know I did also see like a hiking club on Charger Connection. That sounds interesting.
How you gonna hike in the winter?
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it'd be fun though.
Is there anything you hope to get out of clubs this semester that you maybe weren't able to get out of your clubs last semester?
Just, going, having a good time, meeting new people, achieving goals, and just, doing what needs to be done there.
Let's say it's somebody's first semester on campus, and let's say they're nervous to get involved, they don't know what to expect. What would you say to them and why?
I would say it's a good thing to branch out, making these connections, just putting in the work, even like finding people that'll like mentor you or show you around. I mean, it's a really good experience. It's scary, yeah, but it's really worth it.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Of course.
What kind of clubs or groups are you most interested in joining this year?
Music and fraternity and sorority.
We both just looked at all of them, and it seems so fun and interesting. We're looking at Criminal Justice Club and
Psychology.
the Psychology Club
Victimology.
and Victimology.
And nutrition.
Yeah, so basically everything.
Yeah. Oh, we did the same thing
Same
together.
thing, yeah.
So.
Well, that's perfect. So, are you solid in your choice of club, or are you open to more clubs as well?
I'm open to more. I honestly signed up for a lot of them that I just wanted to check out.
So it seems like you guys have a lot of commons. You love the variety of clubs.
Yes, definitely.
Perfect. And have you seen anything here today that surprised you or caught your attention?
We have an aerospace club. I didn't know we had that.
That's pretty cool. Can you give it a little bit of detail about it?
They build planes. They fly planes. They teach lessons to learn to fly planes or something like that.
That's amazing. Very interesting. And anything that caught your attention here today?
I thought the Victimology Club was really cool. They work with domestic violence victims and victims' families, basically just victim services. And I think it's good to raise awareness for what they're doing.
I agree, because even though this is clubs for the university, you can still have clubs to raise awareness and just more knowledge on the topic. Yeah. What about you?
I thought it was interesting how many clubs the university has. I didn't know all these clubs existed until coming here. So it was very nice to know that all these clubs existed.
Nice. And what's one thing you want to get out of being involved on campus this semester?
Just something to fill the time.
Nice.
Yeah, I agree. I like his answer too, and especially just meeting new people and being connected with the university.
Yeah, I would say the same thing, just making new connections and, not wasting my time, but having something to do with my time.
I agree. It's good to, like, when you have free time, if you don't want to stay at home, get out, get connected with your community, and whether it's, a casual club or more like a research club, I believe it's still good to just get out and connect with people.
I agree.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
And what would you say to a student who's nervous to get involved?
Just try it out, go out, try it. If you don't like it, you don't have to come back. If you like it, you can stick around.
Nice.
Yeah, I say just try new things. It's always fun to meet new people and like go out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, I would say it's normal to be nervous, but there's nothing wrong with being outgoing, meeting new people, finding new friends. The worst thing that happens is that you don't do it anymore.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us on Channel with Chargers. I loved all your answers, and it was a pleasure to interview you all.
Thank you for having us.
So, thank you for joining us on Chatting with Chargers. We're going to do a speed interview here, everybody, because he's cold. And I'm cold. What clubs are you most interested in joining this semester?
Just like any new ones, if there's anything that's came out for this semester.
Were there any clubs that caught your eye?
There was like in the past, like there was a mythology club, a D&D club.
What's one thing you hope to get out of being involved on campus?
Maybe just like kind of experience, especially after I leave in May.
If someone was nervous to join a club this semester, what would you say to them and why?
Just like check it out, see if there's anything that you like, and if there's anything, just like check it out, because especially since there might be any new club that you want to join or any clubs that you may not like, but if you join, you might like it.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. That's a speed interview right there. Thank you for joining us on Chatting with Chargers. Were there any clubs today that caught your eye and why?
I really, maybe not club specifically, but I really did enjoy going over to the back where the coloring pages were. As you can see, I got a few coloring pages. Really excited to color them in. I got this cute polar bear. So, yeah.
Well, maybe start a coloring club. Is there anything like that on campus?
I guess. I mean, I'm sure all the clubs like do fun things. I know my sorority Alpha Sigma Alpha, for one of our sisterhood things, we all get together and color and whatnot, so that's always great.
Well, yeah, I mean, but you could have a club where you guys meet up, you just talk for like an hour or something, you guys color pages and things,
Yeah, I mean, that would be great.
You
if, like,
could,
people
you could
did
start that.
Oh, I could start that?
Well, yeah, you should.
I'm graduating this year.
Well, you know anybody who's not graduating?
Maybe.
If anybody's not graduating, hook up with them, start that. Get them to start it. I mean, it could be interesting. What's one thing you want to get out of being involved on campus, especially since it's your last semester?
I think I really just want to meet new people, really see what potential all these new clubs have. This was my first involvement fair that I was actually able to go to, so that was really fun.
Are there any clubs that you think that could help you potentially in your future career, and why?
I'm sure there definitely are. I know, like, my sorority has really helped me in my career, make connections with others, learn how to build my resume and whatnot. It's been great for public speaking, too. And I'm sure there are other clubs like that on campus. I know there's something where there's resume building and whatnot, so.
And since it's your last semester, if a freshman came up to you and said, I'm nervous about getting involved on campus, what should I do? What would you say and why?
I would just tell them to go after everything, reach out to everyone, because you can never know enough friendly faces around campus. So you should really just give it your all and try to make it your home.
Yeah, friendly faces like Chatting with Chargers. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on Chatting with Chargers. So this guy here used to be the president of the Entrepreneurship Club. How was that experience for you?
That experience be very rewarding, especially because I became the president my second semester of my freshman year, so be able to hold that position until last semester, my first semester of graduate school, so like almost for fourth year. It was amazing because you got to meet a lot of people, you'd be able to connect also with faculty and professors around campus, as well as students, so it's really teaching you those skills outside of the classroom. Like you talk about in the classroom, you have to do presentation, but like clubs is what actually allow you to implement those skills. So turn knowledge into actual skills.
How does it feel having, officially now passed on the club to somebody new?
It felt great. It was a blessing to kind of be a part of, I think, the second e-board of the Entrepreneurship Club. So there was only one person before me that really just started the club. And after 1 or 2 semesters, they passed it on to me. So the club was still relatively new. So be able to build on that and now having something like stable enough that I can pass it on to someone that can continue the different tradition that we started or we continue over like the e-board that I was seeing. It was really nice. So I'm excited to see what the other person after me is going to be able to do, even after that.
If people were nervous about getting involved in the entrepreneurship club, what advice would you give them?
I would say you got to get past for that because college, you're going to be nervous no matter what. Every semester, you're going to have new classes. There's going to be new events. So you're always going to have that feeling that you need to meet new people. So you have to get used to it of being above that. So just go to an involvement fair, for example, such as this. Go meet people. Maybe grab a friend, like your roommate, roommate, whatever the case may be, trying to find a common interest that you have. So maybe it feels like less scary to go to a new club. But definitely try at least. My rule for me was always to have one professional club, one somewhat spiritual club, I guess, if you're into that, and like one fun club. So I would say at least you should join 3 clubs, one professional, spiritual, and one just for fun. So if you have that, I think then you'll be very successful for college because you're going to be able to meet new people, your friend group, and also be able to hopefully join the e-board because more than a member, you need to eventually be on the e-board as well.
Yeah. If people would like to get more information or get involved with the Entrepreneurship Club, how can they do so?
They can follow us on social media, Entrepreneurship Club, Entre Club, so ENTRE-CLUB. So you can follow social media on Instagram. I think it's the same for TikTok as well. And if you're in the college or business, I would say just talk to your faculty. They know about it. You should be an email also too. If you just type Entrepreneurship Club, the email should pop up and you can send them an email. So yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for watching Season 2, Episode number 2 of Chatting with Chargers. How did it go today?
You know, it wasn't what we planned at first, but we did make something really nice of it. We got some good interviews, and I'm happy with the outcome.
Yeah, so if you would like more from us, be sure if you would like to be a guest host yourself, check out the form in the description, fill it out, let us know your availability, and we'll get you scheduled to be a guest host. You could even shoot us a message on Instagram at Chatting with Chargers, and we'll get back to you there and get you scheduled as a official guest host of Chatting with Chargers. So, from us, we'll see you next week. New episodes, Fridays at 12 p.m. every Friday. And if you want to see us every day, follow us on Instagram at Chatting with Chargers. We'll see you next week, everybody. Have a good one.
All right, see you next week. Thank you.